subscribe, if you like this content and would like to see more modified fairy tales. Also, be sure and click the bell notification, like this video, and comment in the comments section. Without further ado, sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
Once upon a time, in a small town near a large forest, lived a young woman with her family. Every day, she has been wearing a red dress with a red bow tie, which is why she is called Little Red Riding Hood by the locals. Just 2 blocks down the road lived Little Red Riding Hood's boyfriend. The two have been together since junior year of high school. And a few minutes outside of the town in the forest lived Little Red Riding Hood's grandmother, whom she and her mother visited on a weekly basis.
Dora.
What is it, Mom?
I just got off of the phone with Abuela, and she is not feeling well right now.
Really?
That's right, but there is nothing to worry about. Abuela only has allergies. However, I would like you to do me a favor. Dora, can you please take this bag of cookies and give them to Abuela for me?
Absolutely, but first, let me call Caillou and see if he wants to join me.
That is fine with me. Also, I want to remind you not to talk to anyone you don't know while you take the cookies to Abuela.
No worries.
Hello?
Hey Caillou, it's Dora.
And Little Red Riding Hood called her boyfriend to see if he wanted to join her to take the cookies to Grandma's house. He agreed to the idea, and plans to meet Little Red Riding Hood outside her house. A few minutes later, Little Red Riding Hood and her boyfriend began walking into the forest on the way to Grandma's house just 7 minutes away.
Oh look, Caillou. There are flowers off to the side of the path, and don't you think Abuela will enjoy them?
I have a very good feeling she will like them, and they smell really good too, like vanilla. So I am going to pick the flowers, and we can take them to Abuela's house.
That's a really good idea.
But just as Little Red Riding Hood's boyfriend was about to pick the flowers, an entitled Karen approached the two on the path.
Hold it right there, both of you. Excuse me, but what are you two doing?
My boyfriend and I are bringing some cookies to my grandma, and we were also going to pick some flowers to give to her. Do you have a problem with that?
Yes, I do. I have a very big problem with what you two are trying to do. First thing, you are not allowed to pick flowers on the side of the trail, because this is a national park, and it is against park policies. And second of all, those are my cookies you have right there, and I was going to give them to my special little princess, so give me the cookies, right now.
No, I am not giving you those cookies, because my mom made them just for my grandma. And this forest is not part of a national park, especially with the town only minutes away.
Shut up, don't you make up stories like that. Do you want to know who I am? I am a park ranger, and I own the forest, and it is against the rules to pick flowers or any plant on the side of the trail. And you in the green shirt, you are supposed to stay on the trail at all times, so that you don't ruin the flowers or the grass.
Look, everyone living in the town has been picking flowers on the side of the path, and no, people don't need to stay on the path at all times. You are not even a park ranger.
Yes, I am a park ranger, like I told you before, and you are not following any of my rules, which is you are not allowed to step off of the trail, and you are not allowed to be picking flowers.
That is not true. Like my boyfriend said, you do not work for the national parks, and this area near the town is not a national park or even a national monument. You're just being very deluded, and thinking that the world revolves around you, and that you can make up silly rules.
Don't call me deluded. Haven't your parents taught you any manners when you were younger? Yes, the world does revolve around me, and don't call my rules silly.
You know what? We don't have time for your nonsense. We have to bring cookies and flowers to my girlfriend's grandma, which is literally a few feet away.
So, If you would kindly leave us alone and let us continue on our way so that we can visit my grandma.
No, I am not going to let you go until you give me those cookies. I told you before that those cookies are for my daughter because every day I give her cookies and she enjoys them.
If anything, we are going to call the police or a forest ranger because you will not let us go.
It will be the two of you who will get taken into custody because you stole those cookies from me, not to mention you were trying to take flowers from the forest, which I own.
Already having run out of options, Little Red Riding Hood calls a forest ranger to deal with Karen, who keeps on bothering her and her boyfriend to give her the cookies. 20 minutes later, a forest ranger came to the area where Karen, Little Red Riding Hood, and her boyfriend are at.
Excuse me, but what is going on over here? I have received a call from someone.
Officer, thank goodness you're here. These two people were trying to beat me up, and they also called me all sorts of names.
That is so not true at all. My boyfriend and I were on our way to my grandma's house to bring my grandma these cookies that my mom made. And my boyfriend also thought it would be a nice idea to bring flowers to my grandma as well as the cookies. But just as he started picking flowers, this woman came up to us and said it was against park policies to pick flowers.
And then she also started telling us that the cookies actually belong to her so that she can give them to her daughter, and none of this is true.
It is against park rules to pick flowers, and I also saw these two walking off of the trail, when it's not allowed. And yes, these cookies are actually mine to give to my princess.
She is really wasting our time, and thinks that the world revolves around her. This is just a forest, not a national park, especially considering that some townspeople live in the forest, such as my grandma.
And because you're just making up all sorts of lies about me, then face my teeth, face it.
Alright, the entire community has had enough of your Karen tantrums, and I even received complaints about them from other town residents in recent weeks. Starting today, you will be prohibited from entering the town or the forest for at least 7 months. Now come with me, and I will take you to your car.
Just you wait, Little Red Riding Hood. I am going to sue you and your family for millions of dollars in court.
With Karen removed from the town and the forest nearby, Little Red Riding Hood and her boyfriend finally pick some flowers and take them with the cookies to Grandma's house.
Caillou, we have just a little time, let's pick the flowers and then head over to Abuela's house. It's not that far down the road.
Well, finally, Dora must be on her way over here. That entitled Karen probably wasted her time. Hello Dora and Caillou.
Hey Abuela, we have some things you will enjoy.
Those cookies look very delicious, and the flowers also smell like vanilla. Are they for me?
Yes, they are for you.
Why thank you so much, that means a lot to me. Feel free to come inside, and I will make you two some lunch.
Despite the inconvenience that Little Red Riding Hood and her boyfriend experienced, they were able to make it to Grandma's house to give her the cookies and flowers. And probably never again will Karen return to the town or the forest.